Cards 2-1 defeat away at Hednesford. That goal right at the start of the second half was a killer for you.
Yeah, it was. It was like, I thought the first half, for the first half hour, I thought the shape worked well. We've obviously thrown it together on the back of Scott's injury. But I thought as the half was wearing on, as we got 10 minutes into the game, we started gaining control. We started playing in their half. We started putting balls into the box. And we did cause them problems. Listen, they're a quality side. There's no getting away from that. You can see what they're trying to do and how they're building the club up and how they're geared to go up levels. You know, and that's fair play to them. You've got to sometimes just take your hat off to clubs who have been down there. You know, I think it was 18 months ago when this started, this build. They got a reprieve this season in the MPL West, and they were building it then, and you can see you know what they're trying to do and the squad they've built. I mean, some of the players who aren't even in the 16 will get in teams in the league above, so that tells you the depth they've got. But I have to say, our lads didn't stop, didn't give up. You know, Jay Harris, Tweeds, you know, young Jaden. I thought the three defenders we had in were superb. You know, and we just lacked that little bit of cutting edge when it mattered. I know Enoch's, it's a great strike off the post, but like you say, that goal just after the half time sort of settles them a little bit and sort of, you know, knocks the stuffing out of us after what we've said at half time.
You made a big call to play Jaden, only 17, but you sort of hinted in the interview a few weeks ago how much he'd impressed you, so were you not too worried about throwing him in against probably the best team in the division? Well,
it was you know, one of those calls that you kind of have to make, because we had one sort of senior centre half fit. Jaden's obviously played centre mid for us, right back, centre half in pre-season. He's played a holding midfielder in pre-season. He's played a more advanced midfielder. He's shown his versatility. He will be a centre half first and foremost, but with somebody of that age, who's been in college today, training, you know, to come in and play here at such a place, you know, fair play to him. I'm made up for him, because he's a proper good kid. I'm saying well done to him on the pitch, and he's saying thank you. You know, he's one of them. But you know, the lads put a proper shift in. It's all you ask. I don't want us to be happy clappers, but I think the fans at the end showing the gratitude and the work that the lads have put in at what we know will be a tough place for anyone to come this season.
Yeah, well, I mean, you obviously lost the game 2-1, but their man of the match was their centre half, Ollie Harrison, I can't imagine there'd be many better centre halves than him in this league either. And maybe that goes to show how much work that Enoch Lee-Sharma and Callum Murphy had to put him through.
Yeah, definitely. I think he was solid for them, but at times he was tested, and like you say, that's probably why he got the man of the match. You know, them two were a handful today, and they will be a handful for any backline, you know, in this division. They're both big, they're both mobile. When they get hold of it and make it stick, which will come, you know, and allow us to have that build-up play and get players on the ball like Jay and Tweeds and Dales and bring the wide players in. You know, that can be a threat. We finished the game there with Dante pushed right on with Liam Frazier, two strikers. You know, which is what we had. But to be fair to the lads, I've got to commend them for their effort, for their work rate, and for not giving up.
Do you think you'll persist with the two strikers? You were sort of forced to play that way because of the situation at the back, but do you think Enoch and Callum as a two is going to be your preferred option?
I think so. I mean, you know, every time I seem to be planning this season, something sticks its head up. You know, with obviously Liam getting that concussion, and then Scott Butler Saturday. That's a big blow for us, a real big blow. You know, because how good he is and how good he's been for us, it's a blow. But you know, that's what we've got to build the squad for. You know, we've had another couple of debutants today in terms of the starting 11. It's 13 or 14 players we brought in this summer, so it's not just going to drop. But with that work rate, with that application, and not stopping, that can take you a long way. Once the ability starts to fall into place and people understand each other's strengths, there's some good signs there. There's obviously work we need to do to help the players, because we need to bring players in. I've not been off the phone since Sunday morning when I got a message off Scott, but it's really tough at the minute. No one 23s, they've got fixtures right up until Christmas, so there's not many getting let out. Obviously clubs in and around us, because it's relentless at the first 3 months of the season, nobody's letting any out, but I'm hopeful to have at least one in by Thursday, Friday, hopefully, which we definitely need.
And is that more obviously in the defensive side, but then does that help you create the shape for people like Dante in the front position?
Yeah, definitely. It was hard on Saturday for them two wide players to get on the ball, the way the game was, the state of the game, conditions and stuff, and it was, I think the ref blew his whistle on Saturday more than I've ever heard a referee blow his whistle, and I think that affects wide players more than most, but it was always my plan to get them on today high and wide, and we were able to do that. Unfortunately it wasn't to be in terms of getting a result or getting something here, but Dante getting off the mark is good. He was in the right place for Rhys Daly's excellent effort, and just felt a couple of times we had opportunities to make it count, and we just lacked that little bit of quality where it mattered. But like I say, that'll come.